Hello there everybody, Spy 2 AK Nightmare, and welcome back to Irae Amantes Amentes. In the last episode, Reinhard has completed his descent. Only one more swastika and all hell, well actually technically all hell's already breaking loose, but even, hell it's even worse than what we got right now. We'll just be fucking just having ourselves a good old gay old time, having fun. Tubalcain's down, and so's Trifa. Trifa's just dead. And GA's actually kind of made probably the best comment right off the bat, saying Machina must have borrowed Samuel's powers because he fucking landed a sick burn on Trifa about child killing. That shit was a hell of a burn right there. So kudos to you, Machina. Good lord. That last chapter, that was just chaotic. Then again, that's nothing in comparison to what I'm probably going to be experiencing for the rest of this novel. It can only get more chaotic at this point. Oh dear. On another thing, it's not pronounced hegemony, it's hegemony. Hegemony. Fuck. Hegemony. Fuck. It's Jiminy Cricket. I don't care. Wait, who the hell's Jiminy Cricket? It's freaking Jiminy Cricket's evil twin. Okay, let's just go ahead and focus in on this. There was so much. Okay, but for one more thing, Tubalcain's down, and now his weapon is just smack dab right there, and I'm assuming that Sakurai is going to take it, which that would technically mean that she's officially the new Tubalcain, I assume. So is she gonna rot? That'd be a terrifying thought. Ugh. We'll have to wait and see. Oh wait, voice?
そういえば私たち、二人きりで話すのは初めてなんじゃないのかな。
That sudden realization was both unexpected and difficult to comprehend.
なんでだろう。私はまあ、こんなだからいいとして、そっちはちょっと、おかしいね。
This is a familiar CG.
もしかして、私のこと、苦手だった？いや、そんなこともないですけど。
That sudden question perplexed her. Kasumi had never really taken notice of that strange fact. The amount of time she talked to Rhea without Ren or Shiro around was negligible.
本当にゼロ？ゼロだよ。藤井くんの退院祝いにデートしてきなさいって言った時も、そっちは周りにいっぱいいたし。私がずっと手招きしてたのに、全然気づかなかったよね、綾瀬さんは。でもそれは呼んでくれれば。大きな声で無茶言わないでよ。
That sounded like an exaggeration at first, but became more believable as one took the time to consider her character. As Kasumi sounded a wry chuckle at the memory of that moment, Rhea heaved a faint sigh, and voiced another thought.
私は君のこと邪魔くさいと思っていたよ。
Unbecomingly straightforward of her.
というか、月学女子の少なくない数がそう思ってたはず。
Nah, they're just jealous that she can do kendo and nobody else can.
なんでですか？両手に花。
Kasumi was about to say something against that, but refrained when Rhea glared at her. Indeed, any onlooker would assume that to be the case.
特に私たちの間じゃあね。ユサくんと藤井くん、人気あったんだよ。こう、なんていうのかな。放っておけない？母性本能をくすぐる感じ？いや、どうなんだろうね。よくわからないけど。あとは、特殊な趣味の女子たちとかがさ、なんかハレンチな妄想をかきたてられるらしい。 二人とも見てくれだけはいいから。
Well, how dare they for spreading unsightly rumors?
言ってる意味がよくわかんないんですけど。
Well, if anything, I've been around certain people in the Discord long enough, I think I get what she's implying, possibly. In response, Rhea got to the point.
君は結構邪魔だったんだよね。
It's not just being mean.
はあ。
Kasumi apologized, but didn't sound the least bit sincere. In fact, not only did she sound unapologetic, but...
おかしい？はい、面白いです、レアさん。
In spite of her words being relatively horrible, Rhea's tone wasn't biting at all. It actually made Kasumi strangely happy. So much that she actually began to smile.
でもあいつらは私のことなんかペットのコロポックルくらいにしか思ってないですよ。
To be fair, you kind of are like a little munchkin in comparison to them, I'm just saying.
それはわかってる。
Okay, that's just mean.
だけど嫉妬しちゃうのは乙女心。だったらデートしてこいとか、他にもちらほら煽ってたのはなんでですか？押したり引いたりは戦術の基本。私の方が年上だからね。こう手のひらで転がす魔性のお姉さんを目指そうかなと。
Didn't really work out that well, did it?
絶対キャラ間違ってますよ、それ。押して押してスルーされ続けてるかわいそうな子が約1名いたからしょうがないでしょ。
Rhea gave a sarcastic shrug. Kasumi had always known that she was a bit of a meanie, but she found that part of her to be endearing.
それ私ですか？他に一体誰がいると？
Kasumi was having fun. So much of it, in fact, that she began to question why they never had such an exchange before.
これはガールズトークっていうやつなんですかね。頭悪そうな現代語を使ってるとモテないよ、綾瀬さん。いいんです。どうせ私コロポックルだし。
After her idle complaint, she momentarily fell silent.
見る目はあったって思いたいじゃないですか。
Rhea's words robbed Kasumi of hers, as if they made her mind drift away towards someone else.
そうだね。
A faint, barely noticeable smile curled onto her lips. Kasumi knew nothing. No matter the time or place, Kasumi had always been treated as an outsider by the rest. However, she was fine with it. After all,
信じてるから。
in Kasumi's eyes, Himuro was a loon and an adorable meanie, but still a good woman nonetheless. The girl didn't think too poorly of herself either.
私は何も心配なんかしてないです。
The boy would surely come back with another one of his big fat lies. And the girl would surely be ready to greet him and gladly pretend to believe it.
だからレアさん、一緒に待とうよ。ここならきっとまたみんな一緒になれるから。ああ、本当に。
Rhea gently embraced her head. The warmth of the action made Kasumi imagine that this is what having an elder sister would be like.
私も全部間違いだったなんて思いたくない。
The tears came to Kasumi without warning.
自分の心は自分のもので、望む未来のために道を選べるんだと信じたいよ。信じようよ。
Her voice began to shake as she noticed that Rhea too was crying.
私、頑張る。またみんな、ここで一緒に。
Well, after all, we got a promise to keep to Marie. With those words as her last, Himuro completely vanished. Kazumi was left to bask in the cool air of the rooftop all by her lonesome.
いつもいつも。
Even at the very end, her role was to be left behind and wait.
いいよもう。なんなのよもう。
Being treated as a hindrance so thoroughly left her dumbfounded to the point where she felt like crying and laughing at the same time. It happened so many times that she actually found relief in it, and was able to make peace with that fact.
これが夢でも幻でも構わないから。
She only wanted them to know that no matter what the future held, she would always be there, waiting for them all.
レン、シロ、マリーちゃん、エリー。
She had no idea what any of them were thinking or planning to do, but one thing was certain. She would always believe in them. Kasumi was willing to tolerate anyone being late, but a cancellation was out of the question.
だからみんな忘れない
Gazing up at the distant firmament, the girl resolutely wiped her tears away. Oof! Fuck! The all-ending fist broke through the breast and pulverized the soul of wicked sanctity. There was no pain. The person known as Velida Trifa died the very moment he was hit. His death throes but an echo of his bursting soul.
私はわからないのだ。
Well, this is a familiar image. Thus, his final words were only the remnants of his grudge, an empty replay with no will behind it.
私は誰だ。私は真実。己が道を選択したと言えるのか。
By armoring himself with too thick of a shell, the priest ended up far too dense to know where his love lay and who his feelings belonged to. The deeper he sank into the abyss of his craving for another man's power, the more he began to lose sight of his own self. His life was an endless loop between what he considered right and wrong. Although unlike any other, he was also a prisoner of the ghetto. The priest might have been nothing but guilt, yet the very action of adorning gold had placed a curse upon him. He became unable to tell whether he was executed as a rebel or dismissed for completing his role as a loyal subject. The echoing remnants of Validia Trifa's dispersing mind were everything one could use to gauge him as a person.
テレジア。
A certain question used to trouble him for years on end. It was directed at himself, but he once gave it to someone else. It might have been the sole cry for help ever voiced by the man who claimed to eternally reject salvation.
私はあなたを愛しているのかいないのか。
Did he want to save her, or make the girl suffer?
救いたい。そう思い苦しめた。愛している。そう信じて壊し続けた。
As Reinhard Heydrich's substitute, all he did was trace the original. The very idea of him having unwavering convictions was laughable. Did his soul control the flesh, or did the flesh consume his soul? Right until the last second of his final moments, Trifa was unable to find a concrete answer to that question.
結局、すべてがあなたにとっては迷惑千万であったという、ただそれだけが事実。リザのことを笑えはしない。ああ、おっしゃる通りだ。マキナ卿。私は子供を殺すしか能がない。
His self-deriding grin withered in an instant. The souls under Trifa's control scattered to become the sacrifice to open the seventh swastika.
さらばだ。もはや二度と会うまい。
A monstrous, demonic castle blotted out the distant skies. Gladsheim, the fifth universe of gold, manifested itself and began to devour the realm of Shambhala.
ハイドリヒ卿、最後にお教え願いたい。あなたにとってこの私は無論。
And thus, The divine vessel was repainted by the original owner's colors. The waves from the rumbling devil's castle began spreading death and destruction.
甘美だ。あ、心臓の鼓動を感じるぞ。
That night, Sudahara City and its nearly 1 million inhabitants were sent to hell. Men shall be slain, women shall be slain, the elderly shall be slain, babes shall be slain, dogs, horses, cattle, donkeys, and goats shall be slain. The all-consuming Holocaust was the true heavenly blessing.
皆、我が内で渦巻くがいい。
His creation figment engulfed the whole city, detaching it from the outer world. Not a single outsider noticed that abnormality. After all, this land was the final battleground of the feast before the Eighth's opening, would make that massacrous netherrealm emanate onto the boundless cosmos.
邪魔は入らん。さあ、DS 入れを始めようか。
Roll credits! In a full day's time, they would begin the rite to praise the nativity of the new world. Oh, goody goody gumdrops! Chapter 12. Ring des Nibelungen. I think Nibelungen. I'm pretty sure the word is pronounced Nibelung. I've heard that word before. Maybe it's just because it's the name of this one attack from oh, what the hell was it? It was I think it was a Valkyrie profile. There was a character, I think it was literally a Valkyrie whose attack was called Nibelung Volesti. Anybody else ever played that game? It was a Covenant of the Plume for the DS. I know I'm kind of detracting a little bit here, but I'm just suddenly remembering that, you know? Good evening. Sakurai moaned with a shaky voice, prompting us to turn and look at her. Up. She sluggishly rose to her feet, one hand placed on her head.
学校だよ。自分のクラスなんだろ？見てわかんねえ。
Shiro answered with his usual carefree smile.
俺もちょっと前までは同じクラスだったんだけど、今となっちゃどうでもいいよな。もう誰も残っちゃいねえし。
誰も。
Indeed, deserted. Beginning to get a grasp of the situation, she hastily got up and looked out through the window.
そんな。
And so doth the sky don a sanguine hue. Her voice was seething with shock. Anyone's would be. Telling day and night apart became difficult as the canopy of the sky was recolored with something reminiscent of animal insides and clouded by a ridiculously large floating structure. 'Twas a baffling sight for anyone of sane mind. The town itself and its inhabitants died the very moment that castle appeared.
みんな魂を抜かれた。
So we're effectively in an empty world right now. My own voice felt alien to me, a testament to how much I rejected the reality of the situation. Accepting it was the only option, but my feelings of denial hindered my verbal abilities to the point it made me talk in such a manner.
俺とこいつが合流してからもう20時間くらい経ってるよ。時計も携帯もぶっ壊れて使えねえけど、まあ大方そんなところだ。
It's already been about 20 hours? Holy crap.
他にも電子機器は軒並みダメで使えない。試してないけど、多分街の外にも出られないだろう。完全に隔離されてる。
そんで残ってるのは俺たちだけだ。
Shit.
誰もいなくなった。
My words were dispassionate, but I wasn't nearly as calm on the inside. I had no idea how Shiro felt, but I was boiling with righteous indignation, primarily at my own powerlessness.
お前が生かされてる理由も見当はつく。
They probably need her for the 8th. It was best if it didn't go beyond that. Shifting the blame and going all out on Sakurai wouldn't solve anything at all. So as annoying as it was, the nonchalance in my voice was also pretty helpful. All I had to do was hope she didn't waste our time by going nuts.
そう。ええ、確かに想像通りよ、藤井君。
へえ。
Shiro whistled with amazement. Not everyone had the guts to compose themselves so soon after waking up to such a situation. For all I knew, on the inside she could have been as mad as I was. But at the very least, it didn't seem like she'd increase our burden.
もっと切れやすい姉ちゃんかと思ってたけど、意外に切り替えが早いんだな。
茶化すなしろ。
I knew better than most that Sakurai was surprisingly combative. I probably wasn't in any position to say it, but Shiro and her were critically incompatible. Understatement of the century.
それで
If it was true that she had been kept alive as the sacrifice of the 8th.
今ここで私を倒す。
バカ言うなよ。意味がない。
In fact, that would have been a negative for us. It was definitely not what I was getting at.
お前がいなくても、俺とこいつが残ってんだから同じことだろ。だったら一人でも多い方がいい。敵の敵は味方ってな。
I wonder where that sword is. I wonder if they actually took it though, like Tubal Cain's weapon.
味方ね。
I know it's supposed to be the Wellisberg Longinus, but for crying out loud, it looks like a sword!
別に協力しようって言ってるんじゃない。お互いに嫌おうがないだけだ。お前だってむざむざ生贄になるつもりはないだろう。そういう状況なんだよ、桜井。分かってるくせにくだらない意地を張るな。
ってわけでよ、最低限の情報交換をしとこうぜ。そっちはここで何があったか、俺らはここに来るまで何があったか。
Sakurai fell silent for a moment.
わかった。
Oh, but then nodded and told us everything she saw and heard.
私はゲーカを追ってきて。
Fought him until Himuro and the 2 battalion commanders showed up. Most of what she said only worked to confirm our assumptions. She told us about Father Trifa's defeat, Cain's disintegration, the divine vessel being Reinhardt's flesh, and about how the opening of the 8th would make this other world emanate unto all creation. She claimed that when it happened, we would become powerless to do anything, and told us about Himuro, who was taken to the castle. Once done talking, Sakurai smiled in a self-deriding manner.
私たち全員が自殺すれば一番いいのかもしれない。
Her voice and face were seething with fatigue.
別に正義感とか自己犠牲とかそういうことはどうでもいいけど、それくらいしかできないし。
Oh, come now, Sakurai. We have main character power. Which, let's be fair, I'm pretty sure Reinhardt and Mercurius can just kind of...
Plot twist, we're the main characters now. You thought you were the main characters, we're writing the script of this entire Grand Gunal.
最後に少しでもあの人たちを困らせることができるとしたら、もう
お断りだね。
That was an accidental skip there. Shiro cut her short. I completely agreed with him, and saw her idea as fatally meaningless.
どうして？もう全部壊れちゃったじゃない。誰も残ってないんでしょ。
That's a harrowing thought, really.
この上あの人たちと戦って何がどうなるっていうのよ。
Each and every inhabitant of the city was sucked into the castle, leaving behind only soulless husks.
あなたが帰りたいと言ってた場所なんてもうとっくになくなってるのよ。
She wasn't particularly wrong about that, but
俺たちが死んで何か解決するのかよ。
it could prevent Reinhardt's Weltall, or whatever, from spreading any further, but that was the extent of it.
あいつらは残る。また同じことを繰り返されるだけだ。
そんなの一時しのぎにもならねえよ。俺らがここでくたばっても せいぜいあっちは興ざめしたっていうくらいさ。
I mean, to be fair, boring them could also act as a way to just kind of piss him off a little bit, but you know. And neither of us were able to accept something that pitiful as our greatest form of resistance.
第一そうなったら、あれに吸われた奴らはどうする？ずっと永遠にあのままかよ。
Her proposed course of action was nothing but escapism that wouldn't solve a single problem. After hearing our thoughts, Sakurai looked down and fell silent. Then, with great reluctance,
あなたたちはそうでも私にはそこまでする動機がないもの。
Valeria Trifa, the one man who wanted to plunder the miracle of resurrection without summoning Reinhard, had died. The moment the divine vessel fell into their hands, no amount of struggle would make her desire bear fruit. Her only options were either to become a slave in Reinhard's legion, or defeat the beast himself. Sakurai didn't want to accept the former, while the latter was next to impossible.
だから私戦ったのよ。彼らの一人でも倒せれば望みがあるかもしれないと思ったから。だけど無理。強すぎるよ。勝てない。ハイドリヒ教まで出てきた今、どうにもならないよ。私にできることなんて何も。
つまり
Shiro spoke up before I could say anything to her.
お前はあれか。なんだかんだでてめえが怖いから尻尾を巻くっていうわけか？なんだその面。図星だろうがよ。
Shiro's words were biting, but they had the exact same meaning as what I was gonna say. He ignored Sakurai's glare and continued.
結局お前らはそんなもんさ。どいつもこいつも弱い者いじめの専門でよ。ぶっ殺すのに慣れててもぶっ殺されることに免疫がない。
Get used to immortality long enough, and then the thought of actually losing kind of becomes foreign. So whenever it finally hits you, you get hit by the most overwhelming sense of fear. Or in Wilhelm's case, I guess he just kind of gets off to it. But you know,
てめえが死にたくないから？死んだ奴に会いたいから？どうでもいい奴らを片っ端から殺そうとしてたんだろうが。別に道徳語るつもりは全然ねえけど。なめてるよな、生きるってこと。すげえ軽いぜ。お前らが言う命ってのは。
huh? Hiro giving some good advice here. I kind of like this. And that was exactly why they were able to throw away theirs away so easily. He was perfectly right.
そんなことあなたに言われたくない。
Sorry, Kay, you're kind of hearing it from him regardless whether you want to or not.
呼ばれてもないのにしゃしゃり出てきたあなたなんかに。あなたの方がよっぽど自殺志願者じゃない。
Fair point, but shut up.
違うね。
Shiro stood up and looked down on Sakurai.
俺は生きてるのを感じたいんだよ。一緒にすんな。まあとにかく分かったよ、チキン。腰抜けの手はいらねえし、勝手に隅で腹でも切ってろ。いや、怖くてそれもできねえか。おいレン、茶道部行って畳でも取ってこようぜ。こいつもうダメだわ。解釈しよう。ついでに書道部で筆一式もな。時世の句とかそういうの？
Jesus Christ, Shiro.
ごめんなさい。私死にます。バカだから。あとは勝手にどうとでもなれ。
Oh my god.
手間、そんなんでいいだろ。めんどくせえし。
When treated like a complete idiot,
違う。
Sakurai shouted an angered cry and walked up to Shiro with full intention to punch him in the face. However, she halted her step midway, able only to muster a half sentence in a trembling voice.
何も知らないくせに。
ああ、知らねえよ。つうか知るかよ。ただ、そういうことを言うやつは残らず出せ。てめえの事情にみんなが共感してくれるなんて思うな、アホが。
Brutal.
それともあれか？自分が辛けりゃ周りにネガティブばらまく権利があるとでも思ってんのか？そうすりゃ嫌なことも薄くなって 荷物が軽くなるとかそんなたわごと。
Christ, Shiro's not holding back at all, and for some reason, I'm actually okay with this. I don't know. Damn, it's kind of different.
ポケがふざけろ。いい迷惑だぜ。いらんもん背負わされたやつは鬱陶しいとしか思わねえよ。お前あれだな。つまんねえ男に引っかかるタイプだわ。辛いね。わかるよ。大変だったねって。そう言っときゃいいんだもんな。楽勝すぎて吹くぜ。ウケるよ。ま、そういう対応してほしいならしてもいいがね。
Shiro chuckled, looked into Sakurai's face, then voiced a sentence much like a dismissal.
お前、そそらねえからお断りだわ。
Well, that was... Yep. Suddenly, a sound akin to a burst of air rang out throughout the classroom.
私だって
Still in her post-slap position, Sakurai began to talk.
私だってそんなの全然好きじゃない。
Her voice was slightly shaky, but it didn't seem like she was crying. She faced Shiro head-on, glaring at the young man while speaking in a stern tone.
共感なんかいらない。私が泣いている時に誰かも泣いてほしいなんて思わない。だから誰にも私の気持ちを分かってるようになんか言わせない。
そうかい。じゃあどうすんの？
I found the right timing to weigh in.
もういいだろう。シローもそれくらいにしとけ。
The provocation made Sakurai's shoulders shake with anger. It was better than the cowardice she had shown before, but taking it too far would have the opposite effect. There was no way for me to know what she'd say if her pride took over. Shiro probably provoked her exactly because of that, but I didn't share his idea at all.
桜井、
I took a deep breath and exhaled before talking.
お前が勝てないとか思うのは勝手だけど、忘れんな。俺だって奴らとやって遊ばれてんだよ。
Eleanor opened the fifth right before my eyes. I couldn't lay a finger on Schreiber, and Machina defeated Trifa, who we couldn't even scratch in mere moments. Not to mention we failed to save a single girl.
無力を感じてるのはお前だけじゃない。だけど俺は信じてる。まだ先輩は救えるし、霞だって助けられる。
綾瀬さん。
ああ、言ったろ。魂が抜かれてる。
I had no idea why, but she was lying on the school's rooftop. Her condition was the same as anyone else's.
けど手遅れだとは思ってない。
I might have been able to save her by defeating Reinhardt before he became complete with the opening of the eighth.
だから俺は逃げるわけにはいかないんだよ。勝てないとかできないとかじゃない。勝つしかないんだ。
そう。
お前前にも言ってたよな。あいつが死んだらどうするのって。答えは今も変わってない。俺は生きてる奴のことしか考えねえよ。だからそもそも死なせなんかしない。
Sakurai looked down and fell silent. She wasn't lying when she claimed to have no incentive to do this. She lost all those dear to her, as well as the means to reclaim them. I couldn't say anything to her if she chose to fall to her knees and to give up.
別に無理強いはしないさ。
My intention wasn't to get her on my side.
お前がやりたくないって言うなら、それはそれで構わない。ずっとここにいればいい。
Besides, I didn't care much for her feelings. I only did what I had to do.
話を通したのは、これ以上お前と揉めるのは鬱陶しいからって、それだけだよ。邪魔さえしてくれなきゃいい。もう構ってる暇なんかないし、お前と喧嘩する理由もなくなったし。
Ironically, the desperation caused by the situation allowed me to be more considerate of her. We were still like oil and water and could barely tolerate each other, but it was fair to say I ended up learning more ways of dealing with her. As things were, facing her would be both useless and meaningless. Not to mention, I didn't want to draw any more excess blood.
どうして？
どうしてって。
It was completely obvious.
お前、俺が知る限り、誰も殺してないもんな。
I didn't know her past. In my eyes, Sakurai was less of a murderer and more of a crybaby. That impression would surely make her mad, so I couldn't say it. But it was good proof that I knew her to be excessively human under all of that audacity.
切れやすいし、可愛げないし、頭悪いし、手も速いし。
Her eyes were visibly squinting up.
おまけに顔だけはレンの好みで。
バカがなんか言ってるけど。
Well, I mean, technically he's not wrong considering what we did in the last route, just saying. Sighing, I lightly tapped Sakurai on the shoulder. Her surprised expression was unexpectedly youthful, making me aware that she was indeed a girl my age.
確か、11年だったよな。
Only about 2 weeks had passed since I was plunged into this abnormal life. That amount of time was pitiful compared to hers, but it was enough to break me on many levels. I surely wouldn't be able to last 2 more weeks of this. So even though I couldn't relate to her principles and ideas, I had absolutely no intention of denying her circumstances.
お前が本気だったってことくらい、俺だって分かってんだよ。
No matter what her goals were, I knew full well that they weren't something she could achieve with half-baked feelings and convictions.
はあ、こういうこと言われるの嫌なんだっけ？じゃあ言い直すわ。
She stared at me as I looked away from her.
お前みたいなやつは嫌いだけど、クラスメートのよしみってやつだ。言ったろ、誰も死なせない。そこにお前も入れてやるよ。勝手に死ぬな。
Good on you, Ren. And voiced my honest thoughts. Lost for words, she stared at me with a dumbfounded expression. And she was just kind of sitting there watching these two like, upward. I really wish she'd speak up.
ドーン
There it is! Suddenly, sparks appeared before my eyes. Sure, you fuckhead!
何すんだよ、お前。
はあ、すまん。ほっときゃチューでもしそうだったから。
What'd you do? Bonk our foreheads together or something?
するかよ。
Who did he take me for?
だって、言ってることわけわかんねえし。なんだお前。もしかしてこいつも例の打ち上げに誘う気なのか？
Well, I mean, if Marie's okay with it.
打ち上げ。
ああ、全部片付けた後、ここの屋上でパーッとやるんだとさ。お前も来てえの？
私は。
Perplexed, Sakurai fell silent and looked into my eyes. I never really thought of getting her to come. The expression she was making was pretty damn discomforting for me.
別にそんな。私がそこにいても場違いだし、お互いに嫌でしょ。
She totally wants to join.
まあ、そりゃそうだ。
I had no idea why, but after I nonchalantly agreed with her excessively honest words, Sakurai's stare turned into a glare.
行かないわよ、バカバカしい。なんで私が。
Well, now I just want to piss you off. You're coming with us whether you like it or not. There.
すねんな。
誰が？
お前が。
つか、どうでもいいよ、そんなことは。
どうでもいい。
No, really, why the hell was she glaring at me when Shira was the one messing with her?
そうね。どうでもいいよね。どうせそんなの実現なんかしないんだし。
We'll see about that.
何？
勝てるわけないじゃない。バカでしょ、あなたたち。夢みたいなことばっかり言って。ほんと、最初から異性だけはいいよね。呆れる。
お前な。
As always, she seriously annoyed me. Really, she didn't have the smallest bit of charm in her.
言ったろ。できるできないの話じゃない。
だからいつも寝言言ってるのね、藤井君は。
お前の泣き言よりはマシだ。
私は現実を言ってるの。
お前にできないことが俺にもできないなんて決めるな。
The fact that she could easily spout shit to my face, but turned pitifully meek in front of those bastards was pissing me off to no end.
認めてほしいなら
However,
すごいところ見せて。
My irritation faded to nothing the moment she uttered those words, her gaze challenging, her voice somewhat dependent.
勝つ気なんでしょ。だったら安心させてよ。頼りないじゃない。私に死ぬなとか、ここにいればいいとか。バカ。本当に甘いことばっかり。
She held me by the nape and spoke with a voice that almost cracked into a cry. She must have been seriously mad.
そんなことであの人たちに勝てるわけないじゃない。私のこと嫌いなくせに変に気なんか使わないでよ。私はずっと一人でいいって決めてたのに。
The words she muttered under her breath were barely audible.
私もバカなこと期待しそうになる。
Sakurai buried her head in my chest and softly wept.
ダメよ、全然。藤君の言うことなんか信用できない。だから悔しいなら私をちゃんと扱ってよ。ずっと喧嘩ばっかりしてきた仲じゃない。変に優しくなんかしてほしくない。気持ち悪いよ。私たちはそんなんじゃないでしょ。あなたにやりたいことがあってそのために力がいるなら、ここになんだか都合よく利用できそうなのがいるじゃない。無視しないでよ。見下さないでよ。いてもいなくてもどうでもいいなんてもう誰にも言われたくない。
Her emotional monologue filled me with silent surprise. What she implied was that
お前も来るのか。
she'd join us in our battle against Reinhard, despite her desire being completely crushed. Even though it was completely meaningless to her, she'd subdue the quivers of fear all over her body and participate in our struggle. What made her do it? I didn't get her at all.
私だって舐められたくないのよ。
Fair enough, fair enough. I felt the hint of strained laughter in her voice.
泣き言ばかり言ってるとか、頭が悪いとか、腰抜けとか、みんなして好きに言ってくれちゃって腹が立つのよ。バビロンもゲーカもザミエル教もあなたも。
Then it's probably best you don't start giving ammunition for Shiro, because you know he's still in the same room with us right now.
私頑張ったもん。頑張ったんだから。頭は悪かったかもしれないけど、半端な気持ちで今まで生きてきたんじゃない。だから今さらすっ込んでろとか言われても聞けない。何の役にも立たないなんて言われたくないし言わせない。もう私には本気でやってきたってプライドしか残ってないもの。それまで奪われたくない。奪わないで。藤井君なんか最初から私をイライラさせるだけで。
Fair enough, fair enough.
大嫌い。
Yeah, I know. I was honestly at a loss for words. I only suggested Sakurai stay behind because she said she gave up on the battle, but that probably wasn't the point. The reason she got mad and began to cry was because I was considerate of her feelings. Being pitied and underestimated was humiliating, while seeing my determination to fight Reinhard made her detest me. She was probably right.
気持ち悪いか。
True enough. The idea of me treating her nice was really off-putting. However, I didn't think it was right to use her based on nothing but calculations. Sure, We'd be stronger with her on board, but I felt like I would also lose something in the process. After all, such inorganic thoughts were Calcroft's thing. I wanted to make it clear that I was unlike him. I was probably being stupidly picky, but I felt like I had to have no doubts in the certainty of my own being if I wanted to stand a chance in the coming battle. With that in mind,
お前、意外に面白いよ、桜井。
her slender shoulders seemed fragile enough to break at any moment. I had a liking for the strength required to ignore such brittleness and persevere.
切れやすいし、可愛げないし、頭悪いし、手も速いし。
We weren't exactly compatible, but she was unlike anyone else. It made me think that I wouldn't mind having a talk-off with her every now and then. I'd probably regret it sooner than later, but at that moment I was completely certain about it.
お前も、全部終わったら、打ち上げに参加しろよ。
There you go. My words were natural and had no ulterior motive behind them.
結構面白いと思うんだよ。
The group itself was downright chaotic, but that was part of the fun.
どうせ俺とお前は喧嘩になるから、素人本庄が煽り出すだろ。
No doubt.
霞は多分、お前の味方につくんじゃないかな。あいついつも何とかして俺に一杯食わせようとしてる暇人だし。先輩はきっと中立っていうか、少し離れたところで呆れながらため息でもついてるだろう。そして、
The one who anticipated the gathering more than anyone else. The girl who thought of it in the first place.
マリーはちょっと慌てながらも、バカな俺たちを見て笑ってるんだ。
And that was more or less how I imagined my ideal dream. It was the place where I was meant to be, not a part of a world birthed by Reinhardt's hegemony. Hegemony.
そう思うだろう。
Seemingly unable to process what I was saying, Sakurai hesitantly looked up at me. Well, she was stupid, so I had to be more straightforward.
つまり、
I had to speak the true meaning of the invitation.
俺たちの仲間にならないとダメだろ。
There we go.
そんな驚くような理屈かよ。
I felt like I was saying the most obvious and reasonable thing.
普通打ち上げってのは部外者立ち入り禁止だぞ。だからお前を呼ぶ以上、身内になってもらわないと困る。
でも
I completely ignored her muttering and continued.
うるせえな。お前の都合なんか知るか。俺がお前も呼ぶって決めたんだから、ごちゃごちゃ言わないでくりゃいいんだよ。拒否権なんかない。なんだよ。そうしろって言っただろうが。
I gave her none of my prior consideration. Our relationship was like that of cats and dogs, so I just went and did what I thought she'd hate.
参加費代わりに骨折ってもらうぞ。最低奴らの誰か一人でもお前が倒せ。泣き言は聞かない。何の役にも立たないなんて言われたくないし言わせないんだろ。だったら有言実行してくれよ。役に立て。
And survive, no matter what.
シローはシュライバー。俺はマキナ。お前は無論。
Fire and flames. Two overbearing wet blankets was with not a hint of femininity to them.
エレオノーレをぶっ飛ばせよ。そうしてくれると助かる。
My request made her feel shock, anger, surprise, and countless other emotions. They were swirling too violently for me to read them. The silence lasted for dozens of seconds, feeling both long and short. I was unable to tell what kind of conflicts were raging within her. In the end.
わかった。
Also, very fitting matchups here. Very, very fitting. Schreiber and Shiro already have a bit of a score to settle. And may as well fight fire with fire, quite literally. And Makina and Ren is very, self-explanatory. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Ugh. Let's just hope that the guillotine does not get broken, so he would have to, well, not block, but dodge every single one of Machina's attacks. Otherwise, Marie's just going to be shattered. And that would not be good. She nodded with slightly tinted cheeks.
藤井君は頼りないから手伝ってあげる。ザミエル卿には借りもあるし。
There we go.
言ってろ。強いぞ、あいつは。
I knew I told her to beat that woman, but her fire power was far above ours, and it didn't seem like she had any mental weaknesses. Eleanor von Wittenberg was a genuine warmonger. She would complete her tasks, no matter the circumstances. Even with all the unexpected shit that went down at the hospital, she still made sure to open the 5th swastika. As a given to any skilled soldier, she excelled at killing her targets and returning to her base alive.
知ってるわよ。それより自分の心配をしたらどう？マキナ卿だって半端じゃない。むしろ彼が一番怖いわ。
Well, yeah. His fist is literal certain death. Hell, I made a Disgaea 5 build around that to where every single hit is instant death. Oh, and by the way, if you're curious about those builds, actually, you can check out the Discord and the DS Irae general chat right there. I had fun making... I actually believe... Okay, I know I'm kind of in an emotional moment here, but I kind of made builds for, like, Samuel, Reinhard, Machina, Schreiber, and Wilhelm. Believe it or not.
Ah.
Sorry. That was a bit of a non sequitur there. I think that's the word I'm looking for. She wasn't wrong. After all, he was the man who killed Valeria Trifa, the priest we couldn't even scratch. That alone made him menacing beyond words. Not to mention that I'd have to face Reinhard right afterwards. The battalion commanders weren't enemies I could break through without the help of my friends. That was why each of us had to kill one of them. We'd get nowhere unless we fulfilled that condition.
わかってるさ。
Anyway, that was all I wanted to tell her.
お前は何か言うことあるか？
In response,
あ、そうね。
She averted her gaze, her words slurring into a low mumble.
じゃあ、一つ。さっきのは本当？
Hmm?
何が？
だから。
She looked in an uncertain direction.
私の顔が好みだって。
Oh my god.
あ。
Awkward. Excuse me?
別に私はそんなこと言われても嬉しくないし、おしゃれとか無頓着だし、ほんと全然ピンとこないっていうかどうでもいいのよ。そう、どうでもいいの。
Oh my god, I would not be surprised if Shiro's just casually recording this entire- Wait, that's right, there's no technology. Fuck! I was gonna make a joke about him recording this entire exchange just so he could start blackmailing us or something. A lot of emphasis there.
だけどほら、藤井君がそんなこと考えてるんなら、なんていうか気持ち悪いし、私困るし、からかってるんなら頭にくるし。
And suddenly everybody can hear Tristan say, "Yes, fuck already!"
どうなの？
どうも何も。
Why was she getting so angry with me? Seriously, it wasn't even me who said it.
つかシロ、どこに行った？
Are you just noticing that he's- Wait, is he gone? He disappeared while Sakura and I were talking. I looked around the classroom to see what was up.
楽しそうだね。レン、
Hey, Marie! And saw Marie staring inside the half-open door.
仲いいんだね。邪魔しちゃったかな。
You okay?
いいよ。どうぞ続けてください。私何も気にしませんから。
Uh-oh. 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 We might want to duck, otherwise the blades are going to come right for our necks. Her fingernails were digging into the door so deep that I could almost hear a grating sound, and although a bright smile adorned her face, I could feel nothing but absolute dread when looking at it.
きっとみんなにそういうことやってるんだよね。
It was kind of terrifying. Huh? I finally realized what she meant.
いや、違う。
To people looking at me in Sakurai, it would have seemed like I was hugging her, so I distanced myself with a reflexive jump backwards.
あなたね。
うるさい、お前黙れ。
ひでえ男だよお前は。
Shut up, Shiro!
この野郎。
So Shiro was out to get Marie to come here.
何も食ってない俺たちのために売店でいろいろ探しててくれた彼女のことほっぽってお前は何を不倫してんだよ。
不倫？
なんで赤くなるの？
Please stop smiling. I can feel nothing but bloodlust behind that goddamn smile.
あ、私は別に。
Kay, you might want to start running.
藤井君がいきなり変なこと言うから。
Don't make it worse.
俺のせいかよ。
そうだ、お前が全部悪い。
レンが悪いと私も思うの。
I'm going to die, aren't I? Hey, Marie?
いい加減その喋り方疲れないのか。
疲れるって何？
Her temperament shifted towards the aggressive all of a sudden.
私疲れないもん。疲れてたのはレンだもん。だからいろいろ探してきたのにびっくりしちゃうよ。元気いいね。ちょっと目を離したらこんなところで
不倫
しちゃってさ。
何が不倫だ。
I synchronized with Sakurai as we launched a desk and a chair at Shiro.
わお、ナイスコンビネーション。
Did it just fucking go English? Nice combination. Oh my god. He easily dodged it in a weird, stupidly annoying way.
息ぴったりだね。
No, we were not, goddammit! Also, what the hell?
今から一戦やらかそうかって時に。
Why are we wasting time on this third grade rom-com routine? The contrast was so great it completely killed all my tension.
レン、何か言うことは？
Things got really hectic when she got here. All those serious thoughts I had in my head until now began to feel so vain. The situation was weird enough to actually make me laugh.
もう、なんで笑うの？私怒ってるんだよ。
I'm sorry.
いや、悪い。
Marie's angry pout made her look so cute. The hardened mood softened up in the most pleasant of ways, washing away our tenseness and letting us be ourselves. Our circumstances turned that simple thing into a rare bliss. The gentle mood began to spread and gave us the luxury of lessening the weight on our shoulders. My friends were so damn reliable. Their presence filled me with hope, reassuring me that I wasn't alone.
悪かったよ。もうこんなのとは絡まないから。
こんなの。
Feeling Sakurai glared at me with quite an impressive expression on her face, I gracefully ignored her as a way of getting back at her for trying to shift the blame on me.
機嫌直してくれよ、アリ。
それはもう分かればいいの。じゃあこれみんなで食べようよ。
There we go. She spread out the large bunch of cafeteria sandwiches and juice boxes on one of the desks. Nothing fancy, but it wasn't like it was our last supper or anything.
まあ、これ。
A kimchi umaboshi sandwich, the same kind as the disgusting thing Himuro gave me a while ago.
うわ、ゲテモン。
さすがにそれはどういう趣味なの？
I ate the hazardous substance with no hesitation, making Shiro and Sakurai look at me like I was some paranormal phenomenon.
美味しくないの？じゃあ無理しないで別のに変えれば？いっぱいあるし。
いや、うまいよ。
It was filling in many different ways. By eating it, I could feel who I really was, what I was fighting to protect.
そうかい。じゃあほれ。
Shiro handed a bottle of milk to Sakurai.
何？
固めの杯。そういう演出は大事にしようぜ。酒がないから代用だけどな。
I was going to make the whole thing about how we don't want to be drunk in battle, but then I remembered we're not human technically, so that really wouldn't matter in the long run. But I'm afraid of what would happen if Marie got drunk. That'd be a terrifying thought.
固め？
なるほど。
It seemed like a very Yakuza thing to do, but at the same time, I thought the situation was appropriate for such vows.
一連卓勝ってな。ほら、ぐいっといけよ。
そうね。
Sakurai slightly nodded, smiled, took the cheap milk and sipped it only once, like an expensive beverage.
でも、あなたたちと一緒に死ぬなんて気持ち悪いから嫌。
そりゃ当たり前だろ。
言うじゃん。だったら
Shiro took the bottle from Sakurai and casually drank about half of it.
誰か一人だけ死ぬってのもなしだ。なあ。
それも当たり前。
Yep. Even though Marie looked like she didn't know what was going on, she understood what she had to do. I was worried that she'd drink the rest of it, but it turned out to be unnecessary when she only took a sip.
みんなでまたここに帰ってくるんだよ。約束。
Yeah, a promise I wouldn't forget. No matter how desperate things would become, I believed I'd be able to overcome anything as long as I held it within my heart.
だから、勝つぞ。
That was the only thing left unsaid. I downed the remaining milk and placed the bottle on the desk.
メリークリスマスにはまだ早い。
A bit too early. We would celebrate Himuro's birthday together. All of us.
行くぞ。
了解。
かっこつけちゃって。
かっこつけに行くの？
Man, I couldn't even tell if the group was properly united or all over the place. But it was obvious that everything would end tonight. The 8th swastika was Sudahara Tower, the very same place where I first went to with Marie. I really didn't want to believe that it was some sort of sign. I stifled my shaking, overcame my fear, and etched the promise of victory onto my heart. I would win, no matter what. Also fitting that it's at a tower. It's kind of like we're getting ready to climb the Tower of Babel or something. Also, hi Reinhard! How you doing? Fuck it, let's go a little bit further. We need to have ourselves a nice little discussion with Reinhard again. Solemn, smooth and proud, a man's voice echoed around his throne.
敵を打ち倒す。己の強打を克服する。望む未来へと達するため、最良と思える道を選択して実行する。勝利とはそれか。好ましい未来を得ることか。ならば答えよ。ケイラにとって勝利とは何か。
The answers of the three kneeling before him weren't instant. By consuming Shambhala, Wedesberg appeared in the world with great certainty in its firmness. All it would do from that point on was burst, overflow, emanate, and expand with no limit. Thus, his question was like a method of encouragement before battle. He was looking into the cravings driving his Imperial Guard, the battalion commanders rallying large amounts of the souls making up the castle. What did they seek? What did they hope to win?
勝利とは高みに尊く輝くもの。
To Rubedo, it was the light she sought.
勝利とは走り抜けた後で振り返るもの。
To Albedo, it was the results he left behind.
勝利とはたどり着いた極点を指すもの。
To Negrito, it was the absolute end. Of course, none of those was better or more right than any other. However, if there was an outlook that most could easily relate to, it would likely be Rubedo's. Her rune meant victory, and as one who saw it as something sacred, she wore it proudly.
高みに尊く輝くか。ならば欲することで焼かれるのだろうな。イカロスのように。
御意。届かぬからこそ望むのです。私は輝きに焼かれ続けることを願いました。その証を終生の誇りに変えて。
Her stern looks could easily be categorized as beautiful, if half of it wasn't so hideously scorched. Oh, come on, it's a nice beauty mark. In fact, it wasn't just her visage. Eleanor's chest, abdomen, arm, and leg. Her entire half was covered in burn scars, which was probably what she had meant by proof. Oh! Oh! I thought it was literally just half her... No, it's literally half of her whole... Oh! Oh. Oh. A marriage of the fair and the repugnant. The battles she had to brave were great enough to ravage her body beyond human standards, yet she was able to keep a perfect balance. She was truly worthy of the name Zentar, half man, half beast. Her mind, too, was host to both burning passion and icy cool-headedness, making it another great example of her dual nature.
だが K、それでは永劫に勝利できぬという結論にならぬかな。
仰せの通りにございます。私は追い続ける者として手に入らぬものをいつまでも欲し続けていたい。この身にとって勝利とはすなわち同型であり神。私はその忠実な信徒であり奴隷なのです。
つまり恋してるんだね、君は。
Albedo didn't say with whom, but his teasing words were enough to make the look in Eleanor's eyes undergo a complete change.
道ならぬ恋、届かない愛情、恐れ多くて手も触れられない光から、だけど逃げずに焼かれていたい。かわいいな、ザミエル。君のそういうところが僕は本当に大好きだよ。だけどごめんね。ズバリ言ったら君は弾けなくなっちゃうのかな。だったらお決まりの言葉に置き換えようか。柔道。誠に感服したよ、ザミエル卿。
貴様。
Rubina couldn't ignore what he had just said. Her eyebrows were beginning to bend into a menacing angle when...
もうよい。OK、シュライバー。
Behave, questionable gender child.
Reinhard controlled her anger by making Albedo behave. Eleanor might have had a short temper, but she wasn't shameless enough to display any rage before her lord. Thus, stopping Schreiber was the most reasonable course of action.
では、K の勝利を語ってみろ。走り抜けた後のものとは？
そうですね。
Schreiber grinned while displaying no reverence to his lord. He only followed his broken values and amiably squinted his bloodshot eye.
僕は何でもやってから考えるんですよ。
Kill first, contemplate later. That was the existential philosophy that birthed this beast. People, objects, phenomena, enjoyment, necessity, all the mechanisms to help him understand the circumstances fall far behind his murderous intent. Wolfgang Schreiber was akin to an insect acting on instincts, or a machine following its programming. Both victory and defeat were only results that came after. Also, I'm pretty sure, yeah, I think it was pronounced Wolfgang, not Wolfgang, sorry.
だから足跡ですよ、僕にとっては。まあ振り返っても負けたことなんて1回しかないですけどね。そしてそれは二度とない。なぜなら僕はあなたに忠誠を誓っているからです、ハイドリヒ卿。ただ。
Schreiber tilted his head and momentarily fell silent in a pleased manner. Reinhard knew full well what the Ashen Knight was so happy about.
今は少々事情が違うと。
ええ、こんなことは初めてなんです。
For the first time in his life, he had an opponent he would kill not only because he met him, but because he felt like he had a reason to.
ちょっと順番がいつもと違う。いいですね、面白い。彼はどんな足跡になるのかな。まだ踏みつぶしていないのに、僕の目は未来を見ている。素敵だ。
His chest throbbed like that of a maiden in love, while his long-lost right eye socket heated up and began pulsating like a heart. Suddenly, Schreiber got the idea to place his victim's eye into his own empty socket. After consuming his flesh, bones, and soul, the Ashen Boy would share the glorious sight of the New World Genesis with him.
それが僕の勝利です。
There's a terrifying image.
頂上。ならば K はそれでよい。
Thus, only one more was left. The shape of his desired victory was exceedingly plain and simple.
極点と。そう言ったか、マキナよ。
The Iron Negredo did not reply. He remained silent, calm, and immobile, as if to imply that any explanation was unnecessary.
たどり着いた先。その瞬間をもって完成すると。K にとっての勝利はそれか。なるほど。確かにそうだろう。古今物語というものは、その多くが幸せをもって幕を閉じる。そこで完結するのなら、勝利とはすなわち終わり。ましてボルスングサガならば、主役の死がデウス・エクス・マキナだろう。しかしな。
Reinhard formed an implicative smile and looked down on the silent Negrito with childishness critically unbefitting the rest of his appearance. He had no intention of pressuring his subjects, yet for some reason, his demeanor was chillingly ominous.
ご都合主義はもう一つある。時よ止まれ、お前は美しい。私と彼にとっての幕引きはそれだが。
The Man of Iron continued his silence as Reinhard's menacing smile grew ever wider.
結構。実に結構だ。見せろよ、マキナ。カールの傑作同士、このグラズヘイムとは異なる瞬間。その波動が起きる刹那にのみ、K の望む安息がある。待ちわびたろう。存分に震えよ。それをもって、聖餐杯の剣、こう第一の褒美としよう。
Reinhard stood up and began walking away from his throne. His Imperial Guard lined up right behind him, all of them followed by an army of millions. It was a legion meant to consume all creation.
出陣。
Battle cries echoed throughout the castle and made it shake with joy. Sieg Heil Victoria! The time had come to fulfill the promise. Also, I kind of... concerning that phrase right there, I needed to remind myself that this is a fictional story. I need to remind myself of that, so I gotta separate the fiction, you know? The night would mark their victory over the chains of foreknowledge. So I'm not gonna let stuff like that bother me with narration. I'm gonna do better, okay?
K の生誕日をことほご。いささか早いが、今言っておく。次に会うのは、すべてが終わった後のことだ。
Rhea was taken into the castle and began melting into it. As both its princess and sacrifice, Reinhard's blessing didn't get a single word out of her. The girl felt like he could pulverize her by word alone. For one with standard physical body, the first impression of Reinhard went far beyond any reason. If the universe was a living creature, no mortal man could know its vastness or workings, and the situation here was similar. The panic made her skin crawl and her teeth chatter loudly. His terrifying presence alone made Rhea feel like her soul was being crushed and recolored. Needless to say, she was fully aware that he had no intention of doing anything to her. Reinhard was approaching the girl only because she stood before the door. If she were to close her eyes and sit down, they would leave her before she realized. However, she couldn't let herself do that.
ま、
Ray embraced herself to curb her shaking and was finally able to say something the moment he came to stand right before her.
待ってください。
She could feel the blood storming within her veins, screaming into her ears, telling her to make her escape. The voice she wrung out was far too meager. Rhea looked down and heard the heavy gates creak open behind her, followed by the march of the Legion. She'd failed. Right when she was beginning to be disappointed in herself,
何かな
that sudden voice made her reflexively look up. The man of gold was standing before her, close enough for Rhea to almost feel his breath. That was the first time she saw Reinhard Heydrich's face. Calling him unmatched in beauty would seem stale. He obviously had no flaw in his facial structure, and the light he adorned was practically seeping out of his visage. It was actually the same as Trifa's, the Divine Vessel's face, one she knew well and was thoroughly used to. The reason she saw him as someone else entirely was the critical difference in their souls. The person before her was Reinhard Heydrich, the man who was her.
何かと言ったのだがどうしたね
Albedo, Nigrido, and Rubido were all gone, leaving Ray and Heydrich alone in the throne room. He let all his subordinates go outside while he answered Ray's question.
問いがあるなら聞こうミコよ
ミコ
The word made something heavy fall within her.
私
She was still afraid. The fear was far too great to be removed so easily. Ray was about to ask him a question, but she didn't really want to do it or know the answer. However, she had been in far too many scenarios with endings influenced by her powerlessness born from ignorance. If she had the knowledge, or at least strived to gain it, the current situation could have been entirely different. Once, in a state of indignation, she asked a certain someone about when the time for regrets would come, doubtful that it ever would. But alas, it did.
私のいえイザークの父はあなたですかハイドリヒ教
A doubt held by all Obsidian Round Table Knights, yet investigated by none, the truth splendidly protected by Lisa Brenner's silence. Rhea was the first to gather the metal to ask him.
答えてください
Rhea knew exactly what he would say to her, and she wouldn't even begin to believe him if he said it otherwise. After all, the gold before her was far too much like the Isak she saw in her dream. Both of them were all-consuming soul. Their hunger, like the event horizon of a black hole, was the greatest proof.
あなたみたいな人が何のつながりもなく二人も存在するはずがない
That could have been the reason why Lisa was so afraid. The thing that spawned from her womb was far too much like a devil. Mingling with the bloodline was her sin, and Rhea, as a sacrifice, was her punishment. That could have been her way of trying to redeem herself.
本当のことを教えてください私は誰で何なのか
Without knowing that, she could neither face nor overcome her impending fear. In response to her earnest shout, Reinhard placed his hand on her chin and gracefully made her look up at him. The glaring golden gander made Rhea's entire body go numb with nausea.
ウイコだテレシア確かにイザークの面影があるだがあれの父が誰かなど私は知らんよ
嘘
To Ray, it seemed like he was taking the easy way out. Isak was the bastard child of a woman who mingled with numerous men. Thus, it was easy for him to avoid it all by shifting the blame.
心外だな私は女子供に責任を果たさぬような男ではない下世話な話だが言葉の機微が分からぬほど子供でもなかろうもう一度言う知らん
じゃあ
Why do I feel like this whole mystery of who's the father is basically the same thing as the what's inside the fucking black box of Kingdom Hearts 3? Is that what this is pulling right now? Will we ever know the answer, goddammit? Then what? Did he really not know, or did he simply forget? Why was he able to deny it so ardently? Could he truly not feel it? With Ray at a complete loss for words, Reinhardt chuckled to himself.
しかしそうなると不思議だな。今まで考えたこともなかったが、一体あれの親は誰なのだろう。
Reinhardt failed to realize that the very lack of his consideration was a ridiculous abnormality. He seriously couldn't care about it. The subject was outside of his interests and even line of sight.
カールか？いや違うだろう。彼は女に対して誠実だ。というより、その手の機能があるとは思えぬ。では、少し夢のある推理をしてみようか。そもそも、父親などいなかった。
You mean to just spontaneously just, okay, you're pregnant. What? You're pregnant.
マリアの子に父などおるまい。
Oh god. He ran his slender fingertips across Ray's chin, cheek, and hair, gently caressing her in a torturous manner. The fact that she managed to remain silent was quite the odd miracle. The destructive chills and pleasure permeating her body nearly made her lose consciousness.
用向きはそれだけか？ならば、もう行かせてもらうぞ。時間はこの先、無限にある。続きは全てが終わった後に、好きなだけ語り合えばいいだろう。何も恐れることはない。ただあり方が変わるだけだ。
The environments and bodily structures of aquatic and land-dwelling life were different. That much was obvious. Repainting the cosmos would only cause the inhabitants to shift into another law while keeping them perfectly alive. One and all would become Einrjar, living within his glad time. Ray, of course, was no exception. Everything she knew would melt into his heaven.
善は子、子は善。意識の海から流れ出す共通の常識が改ざんされる。と言ってもわからぬかな。次回にはもういくらか理解に安い説明ができるように努力しよう。では。
Reinhardt passed Ray and walked towards the gate. The question was an act of great courage for the girl, yet she came out without an answer. Was the result satisfactory? Absolutely not.
待って。
Thus Ray stopped him once more. Though it seemed otherwise, she was not composed yet. The girl had a feeling that she'd never be able to keep her presence of mind when facing him, no matter how many times they interacted. Reinhardt's existence wasn't one to allow any bluffs. Before him, all were equal to ants, and none were able to let their shame bring them to claim otherwise. Rhea had to know her limits, and find what she could do within them. Upon further thought, she realized that it was exactly how the priest operated. Even though he failed, the method kept him facing the man before her for a whole 60 years. Using it for reference was perfectly reasonable. It was, no doubt, an effective frame of mind to take when interacting with Reinhard Heydrich. Fully aware of the possible absurdity of the action, she silently begged the priest to give her strength.
私の
As if her plea was heard, Rhea spoke in a highly natural tone.
私の勝利は効かないのですか？
Moments ago, he gave that question to his battalion commanders. Why wasn't he asking her as well? Though Reinhardt stopped his march, he didn't reply. Did he lack the interest? Did he fail to care? Or perhaps he knew it would be a problem for him.
私が欲しいと思うものはあなたと相入れません。ハイドリ秘境。
Though she was akin to an ant when compared to Reinhardt, she still defied him.
あなたは一人だ。
Unlike her.
あなたは誰よりも弱い人です。
Holy shit, Rhea! Reinhardt was but an insatiable wolf that strayed from the pack by accident. He could neither mingle with nor become sheep. and leading a solitary life was equally impossible to him. Unable to be like most, he chose to change everyone else. If that wasn't a sign of weakness, nothing was. Reinhard Heydrich was essentially a man who couldn't bear a second of loneliness. Hegemony, a grand word indeed. Hegemony, conquest, truly a powerful idea. However, in reality they were only parts of the incomplete nature of men, unable to breathe without spreading their vision. Repainting the world in his colors because he couldn't achieve anything hand in hand with someone else was nothing but childish selfishness. Some could argue that being unlike anyone else was no sin and consider him a tragic character, but...
海に落ちた宝石にはなれないんですね。
Fuck. He was a drop of ink, one so thick and dense it could color the sea's whole.
溶けるだなんて。本当の黄金ならそんなことはありません。否定するなら、あなたにとって私たちが共有する意識の海は、身を浸すことも耐えられない毒だったということでしょう。
Ray felt certain that Reinhard Heydrich wasn't unbeatable.
かわいそうな人。
Powerless and lonely.
よくさえずる。
Exposed to her words, he laughed, not with ridicule but self-derision.
さかしいな。そして甘美な歌声だ。私もカールも確かにくだらん男だよ。ああ、実に良い。胸にしみる。うい女からの憐憫ほど男を震わせるものはない。最高の激励。感謝に耐えぬよ。K の勝利は
決まっています。
Her answer had no hesitation. After all, it was a promise.
私はまたみんなと会いたい。あなたにとってはくだらないものでしょう。だけど私には
The irreplaceable memory of her sunshine. It was the only thing she wished for her birthday. She wanted to return to those days at least one more time. The girl would be fine even if it was but a dream.
ではそう望んでみるがよかろうよ。
The man of gold then distanced himself from Ray, and once again marched to leave the throne room.
会えばいいし合わせてやろう。だがその結果を独占し城の誰にも渡せぬというのなら黙ってはおらぬ者が一人いる。イザークが何というか見ものだよ。
His unexpected words nearly made her turn around.
その願い譲れぬというならまずはあれと会うがいい。だがある意味黒煙卓で最も人ならざる者が彼であるという事実を忘れぬことだ。
Bye.
怖いぞイザークは。K の価値観に照らせば直視できまい。
Terrifying? Reinhard grinned in an implicative manner and described the first Sonnenkind as the most insane being among them.
なぜなら私でさえ母はいたがあれはそれにすら恐れられた異物だ。その事実自体は珍しくない。堕胎、虐待、子殺し、捨て子。今も昔も一定数存在するものだろう。だが私はそれこそが最高純度の歪みであろうと考える。生来愛を否定されたバスタルト。
Surrounded by the creak of the iron door, he curtly voiced his final words to her.
その上愛憎に狂う飢餓は常軌を逸する。検討を言おう。ああ、実に楽しみだ。
Thus, Ray was left alone. Isak, her grandfather, was. Eleanor said that his soul was left as the core of the devil's castle. He was surely the person she had to face. Suddenly her lips moved on her own.
私は 違う。
Definitely not. He was a constantly crying demon spawn who searched for someone to love him, an all-consuming bastard child who sought someone to embrace him. Ray was certain she would never become like him. After all, she knew of things he didn't. Things such as the dearest of friends, people who were waiting for her, and the place where she belonged.
だから、みんなを連れて行かないで。
For she would go there herself. Rhea gathered her resolve and began walking towards the throne. Oh.
さあ、では始めようか。
No, that's gonna wait till tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, but that's gonna wait till the next day. Holy fuck. Okay, that fucking image. Okay, I think we know what the thumbnail for the next episode is going to be. That is... Holy shit. Okay, I'm guessing all hell is gonna break loose next episode, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Okay, this episode was actually pretty... The first hour, not gonna lie, was actually quite hilarious in a way. I don't know what it is about Marie being threatening that is not only freaking cute, but also equally as horrifyingly terrifying. Also, I just realized I'm running out of save spots. That's okay, though. I will have gone through 48 save spots. Oh my god. Wow. I'm moderately shocked. We only got 4 left! We gotta make those count. Okay, well... I might just have to start using the same save spot from now on. Okay. I don't know what it is, but... threatening Marie, or the, terrifying Marie is actually quite both cute, terrifying, and... gave me the willies. But I liked that. Just them just kind of sitting around having a toast as they're about to freaking go into absolute hell. So now we're seeing how the world is when Reinhard makes his descent, and everybody just had their souls just sucked right out of them. Well then. That's going to be fun, isn't it? Well, this is going to be ridiculous to say the least, and I can't wait to see kind of how this goes. This is freaking DS Irae. I should be prepared for... Actually, I'm not going to be prepared whatsoever. This is the freaking battalion commanders and Reinhard, for Christ's sake. It's going to be absolute insanity, and I think I'm going to enjoy every bit of it. So if you all like this, be sure to let me know. Thank you all very much for watching, and I will definitely see you guys in the next video. Holy fuck, DS Irae, why are you this goddamn good? Hello there everybody, Sabato92 here, and if you like this video, be sure to let me know in the comments down below. And hey, if you guys like my content, then maybe you'd like to check out another channel who I think deserves equal attention. So click that nightmare emblem and check out that channel, or go to the links in the description down below. Once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next video.